Seeing girls is gay. Hi, I'm a girl, and I want to have sex with you. Gay, fuck off. They fucking suck. Their families must hate them too. Imagine being a full-grown man and not being able to afford first class. They must fucking feel like failures. Their children hate them. You're just walking down the street in Columbus. I'm just walking. Are you Andrew Tate? Yep. What are you doing here? Whatever the fuck I want. Nick. It's really nice. When I look around, sometimes in nature like this, it just reminds me how much I hate women. Thanks a lot. Did we get a lunch in economy? No, there's no food in economy. There's tap water only from the bathroom. Thank you very much, Mr. Brokey. Next. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Next. Blub, 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 blub. Is that your plan? Blub, blub? Is that your plan? Blub, blub? Are you gay? There's nothing outside of me. Talk about me. Talk about how much you love me. Talk about how funny I am.
Well guys, it looks like that we are back here once again with one of the biggest lolcows on the internet at this point, and with a man who was so stubborn and couldn't take an L to such an extent that he'd rather just make a fool out of himself at every turn and do whatever he can to try to look cool and to save his image. So of course, we're talking about the one and only Andrew Tate. And fuck me, has this guy just been on some pure and utter bullshit over the past like 2 or 3 months now. And in our last video on this downright dipshit, we were basically watching his emergency meetings that he creates for all of his little glazers so that he can teach them how to survive the real world. And every single one of these damn meetings just ends up looking like a straight up fever dream, as this guy is just going nuts and going off the rails on multiple different topics. We saw him celebrating butt plugs at one moment before showing off his Aikido skills, and then at others, he's listing off reasons why you shouldn't be living with women. So truly, it was quite the experience.
Yay! Butt plugs! Aikido! Nah. How often are you jerking off? Aikido mind trick. Just defeated. If you live with a woman, you're gonna catch her taking a shit. Is that the life you want to live?
And since our last video, which you can tell was just a straight up fucking shit show, where the man was just out here ham boning on all of his viewers.
Ham boning.
What?
Yeah, dude, ham boning.
He has of course naturally decided that he was going to continue his little emergency meetings, and we'll be talking about mainly 2 of them that he did recently, where in one of them, that we'll get to later, the motherfucker thinks that he's basically a time traveler, and that his gut feeling is him from the future, and in another one, he just ends up getting sidetracked when talking about a completely different subject, and it's all due to his life experiences and his knowledge apparently being confirmed when he happened to see some chick crash her car as he was driving around earlier. And him experiencing this sidetracked him to such an extent that he took out an entire segment just to shit talk this chick who crashed her car and to use it as an example as to why women don't need cars and why they shouldn't be driving around.
In other news, I saw a woman crash her car today. And I'm glad she's not hurt, because I don't wish ill on anyone. But you know, I was just driving. What the fuck? I know. It's normal. The sun will rise, the sun will set. A woman will crash her car. This is just the way the world works. The world turns on its axis, you know. Some things can't change. And I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if all the people who call me a misogynist, I wonder if they were here right now, you know. Sitting in my Bugatti with me. And I would say, see? Well, it's just one girl. No. All of them crash. I don't know a single woman who's not crashed. Every time I ask a girl, I meet a new girl. Hi, yeah. So do you drive? Yeah, I drive. How many times you crashed? What do you mean? Don't lie. Tell the truth. Well, only twice. Why are we giving these people cars? I saw a woman crash a car. Vindication. Vindication is sweet, like honey. You know, you taste it, you're like, oh yeah. If that ever happens again, I'm going to drive past her and do that. While she stands by the side of the road, standing next to her broken car, crying, I'm going to roll my window down and go, No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a bad person. I'll stop and be like, are you okay? Is anyone dead? Fuck it out. Constantly babysitting women in society. That's the role of men. It's a nightmare.
So as you can tell, we were just immediately on some bullshit to start this week off, as he was just sitting there getting turned on and bricked up, thinking about this lady fucking crashing. And this was just the first instance of complete dipshittery out of many of them. Because as I said, there was one particular emergency meeting that was just really all over the place this week. And that would naturally be this one, which he titled as time travel. And when clicking on this, it was not what I thought it was going to be, but was just so much more stupid somehow. Because we ended up starting off like this right here, where he was basically talking about how he just likes to make up theories because he can due to him being rich and successful, and just started obsessing over fucking orange juice and how orange juice keeps the sharks away and all types of goofy ass shit that I just don't even know how we got to this point.
So yeah, once you get rich and successful, you just get to make up theories. You know, you get to wake up in the morning and have some orange juice. And then next time you wake up next to 3 beautiful ladies, you get to say, girls, go get me some orange juice. I have to have orange juice. And they'll say, why? You say, well, I've never been eaten by a shark because every morning I have my orange juice, which repels the sharks. And the girls will be like, how do you know that's true? You're in my mansion. Get my orange juice. And your theories become true. You get to go through life and say things, and people either have to agree with you or not talk to you anymore. And because you have all the money, they want to talk to you. Don't you just want to go through life like a fucking loony? Don't you just want to go through life saying shit, and people being like, oh, he's too rich to disagree with. He keeps saying he needs orange juice, so the shark's going to eat him. Well, get him his fucking orange juice. He's paying the fucking rent. Thanks. That was close. Look into the future. Orange juice. Orange juice to prevent the sharks from biting you. Economy classes from losers. Your fucking children hate you. The pilot laughs at you. Use your mind. Use your brain. Think about it.
So as I'm sure you can tell, the man clearly loves his fucking orange juice, and this was just setting up the premise of the line of bullshit we were about to go down. And you gotta love how the way he justifies it is that he says he just likes going through life as a fucking loony who can just say whatever he wants and get away with it because he's rich. And it kind of gives you a mindset of how this guy really thinks. Where apparently, since he is rich, he can just be as much of a jackass as he would like and just be a nuisance to the people around him. And he doesn't care because he's got so much money that it doesn't matter to him. And this line of thought somehow ended up going from orange juice and sharks and him just going full schizo at the end there where he's trying to manifest the orange juice and the sharks to him then going on an extremely long tangent and rant about how he can apparently tell the future off of his gut feeling. And he was so adamant about this shit that I think he actually somewhat believes it.
So one of the theories I've come up with is that gut feelings are actually a message sent to you from your future self because your consciousness can travel through time. Your consciousness is not bound by time and space like we are in our physical beings. The physical being is stuck, but our consciousness is eternal and it's lived through all the different versions of the multiverse. And if your consciousness in the future knew something bad was going to happen, or it experienced something bad, although you are stuck in this time frame, although you're stuck within this timeline, you can sense it and feel it. You can't ignore these things. You have to sit there and be very conscious of it. When you get a bad feeling, you have to sit there and go, okay, I've got a bad feeling. Good. Future me is warning me about something. Future me is telling me. You know? And you have to feel it, and it'll affect how you act because future you is trying to keep you alive. Future you wants you alive because if you don't live, there is no him. Future you needs you to survive so he can exist. He needs you to carry on your pathetic existence for as long as possible. And he continues to send you messages back. I know you're poor, but please keep living. In economy class.
So yeah, as you can tell, we're just on some clear and utter bullshit. And I want you to keep in mind that these meetings are supposed to be, teaching his glazers something. And they're supposed to be helping them in some way when it comes to making money and escaping the Matrix and all that shit. And this is what this guy is talking about, is just telling them that his theory is your gut feeling is yourself time traveling from the future and is warning you. And it's all just the thought process of a crackhead. And on top of that, you just have to love how immediately, as soon as he got the chance to start calling his fans broke and to start making fun of their life, he immediately just took it and just started shitting all over them. And this becomes a very common trend throughout this video, where he then goes on to basically talk about how his gut feeling controls almost everything he does, and just starts yapping about getting on a plane and business meetings and all types of shit.
I'll go to the airport. Yeah, something doesn't feel right. What do you mean? Nah, let's go home. We'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll wake up. Do I feel normal yet? Nah. Day after? Now things feel okay. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but if during those 2 days you didn't fly, you see that the flight made it there safely, surely your consciousness is wrong. But that's not correct, because the butterfly effect takes precedence in these scenarios. The only reason the plane didn't crash is because I didn't get on it. Because if I would have got on it, as I got on, the air stewardess would have said, "Oh, hello, Mr. Tate, you're in seat 1A, you're in first class." And as she said that, the pilot would have overheard her and thought, "Oh, she has a nice voice. I hope to sleep with her one day." And that small second delay would have made him overlook a switch he had to press for the fuel pump, and the plane would have crashed. But because I didn't get on the plane, it was fine. So I actually saved everyone's life, basically. I get to walk into a business meeting for $20 million and sit down and just look across at the guy, just look at him and go, "Nah. Nope, sorry. Thanks for your time. Goodbye." "Well, excuse me. Nah. No. I don't need your money that bad. Got a bad feeling, You might snake me in the future. You might sniff my gym bag or something weird. You look weird. So I just trust my gut. And the worst thing about being poor is you can't do that.
So yeah, he basically goes on this long-ass tangent about how everything's based off of him trusting his gut, because he thinks he's a fucking time traveler, apparently. And he somehow pivots from this to him stating that you can't just trust your gut on a whim, and you actually have to think about things because you're poor. But unlike him, he's rich and can kind of just do whatever he wants. And if his gut tells him to do something, apparently he just listens. And then uses this as another opportunity to basically just start talking some mad, insane shit about all of his viewers and about how they have to ride an economy, and it just gets excessive as he just starts going nuts. I'm pretty sure that this whole time travel thing was just him creating an opportunity to be able to talk as much shit as he possibly can, and to be able to just make fun of them as much as he could, because he somehow takes it to a new level and starts talking about how their family hates him and their kids hate him and all types of shit.
Now, the final piece to this puzzle is, okay, Andrew, I understand what you're saying. So let's imagine I go to the airport and I have a bad feeling. And I do get on the plane because I'm a brokey and I have to get on the plane. And the plane still doesn't crash. Well, how do you explain that? Sure, I can explain it. Again, it's the butterfly effect. Because you're aware that something bad might happen, you act differently on your way to the plane. You act differently when you get on the plane, and you say something different to the air hostess. When you see the air hostess, you say, "Hello," and she goes, "Oh, hello, Mr. Brokey. Yeah, you're in flight. You're in number 34F in economy." "Thanks a lot. Did we get a lunch in economy?" "No, there's no food in economy. There's tap water only from the bathroom. Thank you very much, Mr. Brokey. Next." "Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Next." And you go and you sit down like a little brokey, but you're aware. Your ears are open, your eyes are open, you're scanning, seeing if you can see anything wrong. And that awareness, the way you acted when you got on the plane, that slight difference, the fact that the air hostess had to tell you that you don't get lunch, you only get tap water, and the pilot overheard that and laughed with his friends. And he goes, ha 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 ha, that guy's broke. I can't believe I have to fly these poor people around all day. I wish I only got to fly the first class passengers. And then the co-pilot goes, yeah, I fucking hate these fucking brokies and economies. They fucking suck. Their families must hate them too. Imagine being a full-grown man and not being able to afford first class. They must fucking feel like failures. Their children hate them. And then the pilot goes, their kids really hate them. Their kids will grow up to be nothing just like them. Absolute scum. I bet all their wives are cheating on them. Ha 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 ha. And the whole cockpit is full of laughter. And the pilot goes, you know what? Although I hate flying these brokies around, I love life because I'm not one of them. And I'm having a great time laughing with my friend, and I'm having so much fun. I want to make sure I live. Let me double check all the switches. Oops, I almost flew without pressing the fuel pump switch. But thanks to the fact I'm so happy because that loser spoke to the air hostess, I'm now going to make sure we all live. And he can continue his consciousness as a broke nobody. Click. True story.
And I don't know where the fuck this came from. I don't know what he's even talking about at this point. But that's kind of where the whole time travel thing just ends. Where he just used it as an opportunity to talk as much shit as humanly possible. And to just try to tell basically everyone that their family hates them because they're poor. And they feel like a loser and look like a loser. And their kids probably hate him. And then he goes on about how their kids are going to grow up to also be losers. And keep in mind, he's mostly talking to his own glazers and fanboys. And the craziest part is that in the middle of all this, during it, he kept getting sidetracked as well about how he apparently beat his black friend Marcel in Uno and Smash Bros, and also make sure to take it as a couple of opportunities to talk shit about him, which has just become a common thing in these damn emergency meetings, where he's just shit talking him for being black.
Why did I fly all the way back from Dubai on a private jet to beat Marcel at Smash Bros? We were in Romania for less than an hour. I fucked him up because he's stupid and black, and we got back on a plane. That's another video that some of you may not have seen, but don't worry, when I'm Mr. Producering, I'll also show you that. It's when I left Dubai on a private jet to beat Marcel at Smash Bros. We also have to rewatch the video of Marcel losing at Uno because he is black, and he can't change the fact that not only he lost to me at Uno, but he is black with black skin. And he'd like to change these two things, and he can't. So we have to watch those videos also.
So yeah, it was truly just all over the place, and this was still not where his emergency meeting ended, because he decided to end it off with one final and last segment, where he basically just discussed how he likes to tell people no and act as if things don't exist, and they don't have a choice but to listen, because again, he's apparently rich, and the only thing he wants his workers talking about and the people around him talking about is him and whatever he wants them to talk about. And it's all, again, just so damn goofy and stupid.
They'll say, oh yeah, so the World Cup's on. No, it's not. The World Cup, the football, no. And they just sit there. They know they're not allowed to disagree with me. They're too poor. So they just go, I guess it's not on. That's that conversation over. No, there is no football. There's nothing. There's nothing outside of me. Talk about me. Talk about how much you love me. Talk about how funny I am. You can talk about the things I say you're allowed to talk about. You can talk about me or bread. Those are your subjects. You can talk about me or bread. There is no football. There's nothing. There's me, bread, and economy class. Those are the three subjects you're allowed to discuss. Those are the only things you're allowed to opine on. Those are the only things you're allowed to have inside the existence inside of your mind. Which one do you want to talk about?
And yeah, as you can tell, we are just as ridiculous as ever, and he is only increasing the madness and the desperation for attention as we continue to move forward, and it seems he's just accepting his status as being a locale. But with that said, that's enough of this clown for one day, and I can't take much more of the cokehead ranting, so if you enjoyed, please drop a sub and a like and join the Saints Mafia where we are flaming all of these alpha males, and I'm out. Watching the one and only Tate continue to look like a doofus, and peace.
Seeing girls is gay. Hi, I'm a girl, and I want to have sex with you. It's fucking gay. Fuck off. But you're so famous and rich. I know. I'm horny. There's nothing more revolting than a woman saying she's horny. It's like, ugh. What do you mean, ugh? Fuck off. Leave me the fuck alone. You gonna give me a child? Oh, I'm not ready for a child yet. I've actually want to work on my cupcake business. Gay! If you're not going to give me a kid, why the fuck am I having sex with you? I'm doing all the work.